A warm good evening. Welcome to it. It's time for SoccerZone for sure. And what a show we've got in store for you tonight. CAF Champions League action saw two of the South African teams make it through to the next round in the Champions League as well as the Confederations Cup. And red cards. With red cards, two of our sides went through to the next round. One of them crashing out. We'll talk about all of that in the CAF action. Domestically in the DStv Premiership, well, there were only 4 matches that took place over the weekend. 2 draws, 2 losses. Some really interesting defending that will come under the spotlight, and also Kaizer Chiefs losing a little bit of ground on the leaders there with what happened over the weekend. That is all that is coming up on SoccerZone tonight. Doc Khumalo as well as Pumuta Manenje sit at the desk to give you their opinions. And guys, let's get straight into talking about something that was trending a little bit even on radio earlier on the Ultimate Sports Show. A feeling that CAF referees are giving South African teams a hard time. Couple of red cards were issued to our South African teams, Doc. Where do you sit on that?
Good evening, and good evening, Pumu, and the viewers. Look, I've watched both games, and I must say that actually, personally, I was a little bit disappointed because North African teams, they actually do the best. They can delay the game more than what's...
I see red card. This one, Onyango.
No, but akamfawula.
Akamthinta at all.
Not deliberately.
Hey, I want to just super straight red. What did the referee see here? Why is he given the card? And then you can tell me whether you think it's the case or not.
He looks at Doxo here. Yeah. He says because the foul is outside the box, he gives him the red card. If the foul was inside the penalty area, he was going to give him a yellow card.
Doxo is denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, feeling that Al Hilal's striker was going to score except for Onyango touching him, denied a goal-scoring opportunity. That's a straight red card. Are you comfortable with that decision?
I'm comfortable because he did not give a penalty. I was going to have a problem if he gives a penalty and then gives a red card. Because he gives a free kick, he's entitled to then use Doxo and give a red card.
So I was Bangada.
But Robekule is 2 years and down.
Okay, I want to describe this one first, and then I'm going to get the guys to give their perspective because Nya's already with you. Let's talk about what happens here with Goodman Musele for Orlando Pirates. And here it is. He gets himself the first booking. Is that a booking?
That is a booking.
Could it have been a red?
I know.
Straight red alien already.
Because Pegane, Nali Pola bouncer.
Yeah.
Bounce. It gets the guy.
You look.
So Bega like killer.
Bega like killer. So I think the second one,
That's the first yellow here.
No, this is the first one. Yes, sorry.
Gets the yellow card. Sharp.
Sharp, yeah.
Goodman umkhathelile siyayibona leyo usindile even.
Pause it there. If you take it back, because I want you to look at one thing. Musele, when he made that tackle earlier, that's why he had to be taken out in a stretcher. There was an unfortunate thing where they step on his knee. Now look, as you roll it forward, he's gonna try and tackle, and he falls again on that knee again. That is Musele going down in the box. He falls on his knee. Now, Epijele clears the ball. If you pause it again there, it's easier for Goodman Musele to kick that ball with his right foot. But he does not use his right foot. As you roll it forward, he kicks that ball with his left foot because his right foot is hurt. Yeah. Now the ball goes past. Key is also the positioning of the ref. Now look at Goodman Musele limping next to the D line. Wow. He's limping across. He's waiting for the action to finish. As soon as the action finishes, he is asking for medical attention.
Okay,
when you ask for
again?
My man, when you ask for medical attention, you sit down.
Yes.
Can we start this again? Because I want to now, that promotes a fantastic description. I like it. I want to give another perspective, just so that the voters can vote. Ne?
Yeah.
So let's just start this moment one more time. I just want to have a quick look at it, and then we can maybe understand why the referee decided a second yellow card was justified here for time wasting. So here it comes. Keep an eye on Goodman Musele in the 20 jersey. He's moving freely. He dives there. Let me finish. Moving freely. Gets up again, then makes the clearance. And then not only after the clearance does he then start, hey, nice shot, he starts jogging,
limping,
making his way across to make sure with his shot, he's trying to get involved in the game. And then when he realizes that Yonkiti right, now there's a conversation a little bit between him and his teammate. Could he have made it to the touchline? Could the referee be saying that get to the touchline if you need some treatment? But falling now, when you're leading 2-0, time wasting.
But as do you think Goodman Musele, if they got 100% fit, would have allowed that guy to take a shot?
Never.
Because he looks like he's the first player to attack the ball.
He was the closest player to the ball, correct.
No, that's what
it's short. That's the game. What is the rule? What's the rule in Africa? Each team must say figile, say 15 minutes a game.
No, but again, saying you should go to the situation. He is the only closest player knowing him,
as he was jogging there and walking, keep walking to the line. We are totally treatment
the problem is in about referee aksama doctor and then not less students aksama doctor. But one, if the ligament in a problem, there's no way you walk to the line. You need a stretcher. If a ligament are tinted, there is no way you can walk 5 meters or a meter. You need to sit by lungis. And this is what probably, I'm not sure what is it, but from the look of it.
Are the referees being unfair to South African teams? Yes or no?
With that challenge?
In general?
With that challenge, you are supposed to send Goodman Musele. There was even a possibility with the first yellow of a straight red.
Yeah.
Now he missed that opportunity. Why I lungis, Samaj? That's the delay. Why I lungis? Yeah. The second one is not a yellow. The second one is not a yellow.
Sesiphelile so thina sikho manje besingekho kuAFCON ku-World Cup ngenxa yabo.
Doggy.
Okay, let's move on to what the coaches have to say. Give your perspective there on the two incidents. They're sitting on the fence a little bit, but what do you think at home? We'll be back right after you've heard from the coaches from the week that was.
He conceded in the beginning of the second half, very critical 20 minutes where definitely Sekhukhune was dominant and pressed us deep into our own final defensive third. But good, we overcame it, had 2-3 counter, and in the end, we are very happy with this point in our fight to stay in the league.
I can't fault anyone. The effort was good. We worked very hard under difficult conditions. We wanted to win at all costs. I think that's what killed us. We were too desperate.
I understand the frustration of the supporters. If the team wins, supporters won't be frustrated. So I really understand it, and it's not personal. I just understand the frustration. I'm praying and working very hard that the team change these fortunes, do well in Africa, and again, maybe get to the position 2. We're still on course. Let's just work going forward. It's work in progress. Take the chances, Pirates. You'll win matches.
There were a lot of positives. That's very important. A lot of takeouts from this game. That's very key. Results, we wanted to win, but it didn't happen. So, but we've got to move on, and I think if we play the way we played, today, we will win more games than we lose.
If we prepare us well and we have to perform well, I think it was a really poor game of the ref.
I explained that at halftime, that, gents, this is a team that keeps the ball, but they don't really create a lot of chances. So if you just remain positive and take the chances you create yourself, then you'll end up winning the game. 2 minutes to go in the match, and you sit there, shoot. It's okay. Those balls are 7.32 yards.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper will not cover it with it.
Great must go to Kaizer Chiefs. They did not make it easy for us, and I feel for them, but I'm happy for the guys because we really wanted this one. We needed it like oxygen, these 3 points.
We wanted to try and keep whatever pressure we could on the leaders. Now I think it's probably, with us losing, it's probably given them enough room to relax, and then they'll pick up enough points to run it home. We've got to try and get that other cap place.
A big impact. Judas, I thought, really done well, giving us the 2 goals. So yeah, a bit of an emotional roller coaster today. We just got to go back to the drawing board.
You know, it's a game that maybe if you could have played the whole day, it was still going to end up the same like the way it is now.
All right, so there you go. That's what the coaches had to say, Doc. It seems like Stuart Baxter, after that defeat, the focus is shifting at Kaizer Chiefs. It's now just about finishing second. I just heard him.
Hey, anything can happen, man. You know, I strongly believe, Guti, based on my experience and while I was still playing and coaching, it's only when it's practical, which this is
it's impossible.
It's impossible. Then that's when I get car. Yeah.
And
but if Gusasen a chance, the leading team still has games to play because anything can happen. So why don't we fight until the last whistle or the last day?
Let's move on and have a look at what's going on as far as the news is concerned. And there's lots of interesting news. First of all, Bafana, oh no. With the strength of the squad that France has selected, Percy Tau drops out of the selection from Hugo Bruce's Bafana team, traveling to Europe next week.
It's a big blow because it's not only about playing for Percy Tau, it's also the vice captain of Bafana. His leadership qualities are very important for this young Bafana team. With an average age of 25 years and 8 months, Percy Tau was going to be very important. He's not available for them. 6 goals in all competition for Al Ahly, but he is not available. Oh, and also, when you're looking at it, Victor Litswalo becomes a very important player because he's the leading South African player in the league in terms of goals. He has got 11 goals in all competitions. So Victor Litswalo is a good substitution for Upesi Tau.
There you go. Tau out. Victor Litswalo coming into the Bafana squad. Hugo Bruce has his reasons, though. He seems to feel that he can explain why it is that Percy Tau isn't being able to honor Bafana fixtures.
It's a problem, what I said. Percy is already 8 months. I exaggerate now, but he's already 8 months injury, and it's not a surprise. So in June, with the transfer to Al Ahly, he didn't train so much, he didn't play so much, and then he played 2 tough games, Zimbabwe and Ghana, injury. Then he started with Al Ahly, playing, injury. So I think for Percy, it would be good that he will train now for 6 months and no playing, just because his physical basic is not good. So I think every time he plays, he's overloaded, and then you get injuries. And what we see now with the players of Sundowns and Pirates, because they have a so overloaded program, you see the injuries are coming. This is something normal. And this is what happened with Percy. His basic is not good. He's playing too much games and he don't have the physical opportunities to do that. And he's falling from injury to injury.
There you go. That's the coach's view on Percy Tau there. This is what's coming up as far as the World Cup qualifiers are concerned. The same time that Bafana will be playing those friendlies against Guinea and France, the 5 games that will select who goes to the FIFA World Cup in Qatar will be taking place. And these are the fixtures: DRC, Morocco, Mali, Tunisia, Cameroon, Algeria, Egypt, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria. Yay! Are you brave enough to choose 5?
I got few. I got few.
You can't choose 5 that goes through.
You can't.
Morocco goes through.
Yeah.
Tunisia goes through. Cameroon goes through. Senegal goes through. And Nigeria goes through. Please record.
Angithi manje ngoba iDR Congo asina muntu esimaziyo odlala kwi-EPL. But bakhona.
So there you go. Those are the fixtures. And we will remind Pumudzo when those come through. Either he's a brilliant or, well, that's football. Things can happen. John Comitas is unimpressed with the arbitration with Kaizer Chiefs being given the opportunity to play those 2 matches due to the COVID outbreak that happened. He went as far as saying in an interview that I heard that, Chiefs can have the 3 points. He is willing to give them to him. However, what's happening behind the scenes is that tomorrow, the PSL are having an exco meeting. So all the big bosses will be sitting down to discuss this even further. It doesn't look like it's over with regard to the decision made by the arbitrator there to allow the game to take place.
The time when I would join committees and 3 points, I will put my smile. I'm a zinyo. Most of the good, I want to your salad. I want to smile. See, hey,
hey. Moving on to the Nandi moment of the week. They don't come better than this. Tebo Homokwena from long range, 40 meters. Take that out, goalkeeper.
Oh no, it's not Nyabona where I'm landing. No, Nyabona. That ball situation, Jomba, it game evolved. You know, these are types of goals that wins you games.
Hey.
And you need a player of this caliber in your team. Teboho made a good choice. He went there.
And by 10.
By 10.
By 10 a crowd in when that goes in.
Yeah, and this is one of the players, Laba Nkabanguti. We really need him as a country, you know, especially Bafana. Now, the change probably is Omenza Guti I excel more from what he did at Supersport. Nothing wrong with what he did at Supersport, but obviously there needs to be a growth. Umuntu akhule, nomdlalo wakho uphumelele uye phambili. Kuko konke akwenzayo kuje kube brighter than before.
Fantastic finish there. We're going to a quick break and we will be back with lots more. But, agents, there is lots for us still to get to. We'll talk about it right after this break. Stay with us.
registered a point which was enough for them to return to the top 8 after playing out to a 1-1 draw against Maritzburg United. Babina noko yona ezenegolo lokuqala umzuzu wokuqala nje umdlalo uqeda ukuqala. It was Roderick on a rainy day in wet surface. He hit a ground shot which slipped under Marcel Engelhardt's body and hands. 1-0. Kodwa abafana basempithi abaziyekelanga neze. Wabuya ke uKeegan Richie umfana dale hamba wathola igoli lokulinganisa kungakayiwa ekhefini. Orlando Pirates is fighting hard for the second place and African Champions League position come end of the season. This as they came from 2-0 down to secure a 3-2 victory. United raced in an early lead in the 7th minute after Bucks failed to clear a corner kick, and it was Keegan Johannes who pounced on that opportunity. The visitors extended that lead 11 minutes later, and it was through a well-executed glancing header from Kampani Lungu who connected with Jamie Webber's corner kick. Hayi abuya kamaBuccaneers singakaye ekhefini umdlali waseNamibia uDion Hotto wavalela phakathi ipenalty emva kokuthi uKeenan Phillips kuthiwa uwise phansi uPaseka Mako. On added time before halftime, iPirates yabuya futhi to draw level from another penalty. Kodwa ke kulokhu uJohannes was adjudged to have brought down Terrence Vukamanje inside the box, and Hotto completed his brace 2-2 and game on. Emva kwalokho waza-ke uKhawutha umdange uGoodman Musele ushaye unyazi lwegoli aphumelela kanjalo-ke indoda emnyama ngo-3-2 aphela amaphupho weSuperSport United.
So what happened midweek? Well, we saw some action there from players that are headed to Bafana. Nico Morbi is in the Bafana squad, so he was involved with Skakuni in that game against Maritzburg United. However, Skakuni have lost 3 of the last 5 games. That will not make him a very happy man. And then moving on to Pirates, Hotto with that brace moves on to 7 goals in the league. Ofori comes in for the first league game that he has had in the last 6 months, and at the end of the day, Pirates are snatching something from nowhere in that game. But let's get straight to how Skakuni and Maritzburg played. And it's important to highlight here, guys, that it was raining hard at Ellis Park as Skakuni hosted Maritzburg United. And maybe that's the excuse that Engelhardt will use for that first minute goal.
Engelhardt used the wrong technique in terms of trying to stop the ball. Look at Kabio in position of the ball, the Zambian international. He unleashes a shot that should be a routine save. Routine save. Routine save. No. Leave the rain. The technique is get your body behind the ball. That's what the goalkeeper coach will tell you. No, Thomas. That's routine, and you'll see it better in this angle. Engelhardt is from Germany. I'm sure there's some boy from Venda, there's some boy from Kwanongoma, there's some boy from Mlazi that can catch that ball very easy. That's a guy that is coming from Germany, Engelhardt. He's coming from Germany, and he does not have the basic of catching the ball. A 45-meter drive.
Thomas.
Itolo mele lithinte i-10. Yes. Ukuthi ibhola lingaphansi kwinyama. Amasinayo Soweto singayithola intwana
itolo mele lithinte i-10 ukuthi libloke ukuthi if umesa ngezandla awukhona ukulibamba ngezandla lishayela.
Ubuye eGermany lo muntu.
Yeah.
Ubuye eGermany ukuza.
Ngizamile myself, ngizamile defender nyana. The guys are not hearing it. Doc, you I'm sure worked with Keegan Richie, right?
Yes.
So this game here, wow, he was different class. He's found himself again, Doc. The player that you knew in your time at Kaizer Chiefs. Look at this with the right foot.
Yeah, well, Keegan is one of the humble young boys and not troublesome. And I must say, if given a chance, Yoguti Adale, without putting him under pressure, you know, Keegan will deliver. But in some games at Kaizer Chiefs, you know, because of the pressure and the expectation from the supporters and the teammates, the opponents, all that.
Well, he finds the net, and here it is. Look at the thunder of the strike here. Keegan Richie finds it. But what I'd like you to do here, guys, is look at Nico Morbi. Nico Morbi putting his hands behind his back, turning his back. What does that say for Bafana? Here he is.
No, blocking ball. Just have your hands in a natural position.
And then turning.
And he's turning his body. And that's not right. But let's take nothing away from Keegan Richie. This is different class because he goes through the ball using the lace technique on the half volley, and the ball bounces like 3 times.
Can we just go back there? Just to this last moment here? That last, just roll, go a little bit back there. Because Nico Mobi's in the Bafana squad, guys. If he doesn't turn his back there and just keeps his eye on his ball, he can put a foot.
Yes, he can put a foot.
He can block that ball. But now Magachiga, then it doesn't make sense. Here's Nico coming out Chiga. How can he block it?
The other thing, Thomas, that our players need to learn in the PSL, you don't have to put your hands.
Watch here.
You don't have to pause it there. He was putting his hands behind his body. You don't have to do that. You can roll it out. When you roll it out, you're gonna see that he's turning his body away. Now he's making the space for kick and reach easier because by turning his body like that. You see in the Bafana squad, it's allowed to have your hands in a natural position when you're going to block the ball. Well taken goal. Let's take nothing away from Kick and Richie, but I also need to say he beat a very good keeper because in South he has kept the most clean sheet in league together with Onyango. He has got 9 clean sheets for his Kukune.
So defending there, not so good. And I'm sure he needs to get a lot better when the likes of Mbappe are coming at him next week. Nico, we just highlighted, just saying. And then moving on to Pirates and having a look here, the defending for Pirates against SuperSport United from the set pieces. Wow, what is going on? Explain.
I'm not a big fan of zonal marking. And Orlando Pirates against SuperSport, they use zonal marking and they are punished twice in the game. When you go to the moment, I want you to count the number of black shirts. And when you count the number of black shirts, Thomas, they are 11. It means the whole Orlando Pirates team is in the penalty area. But what is key is what do they have to defend? They have to defend against the 5 jerseys that are white. Now, that's why we're saying zonal marking is what they're using. And we saw England at the last World Cup using this technique of 4 players. When the ball is played, they then attack the ball. Pirates has got 11 against 5, Thomas. And they can't defend. And when you roll it forward, you're going to see that it's 11v5. No one is marking anyone. No one is putting a responsibility on themselves in terms of, I will mark this one. Everybody's just marking space, and when the ball drops in between, and there's nothing that it deflects off Goodman Musele, who's also in that Bafana squad, going to be playing in the 2 friendlies. If you look at it there, it deflects off Musele, but no one is marking Johannes in the box. Look at Shandu, look at also Munad. They're not pressing the ball.
This is the second goal, same ball, near post. It's the exact same corner.
It's exact same corner, but now they are using the exact same technique, Thomas. Again, if you look at it, let's count the number of white jerseys. It's 5 again. It's 5 against 11 again. 5 against 11. What is different is this time Lungu missed the ball at the highest point. But what makes it difficult for Orlando Pirates, Thomas, they're heading from a standing position. And when you play it forward, you're going to see that Lungu takes 2-3 steps and misses the ball at the highest level. No one is challenging for the ball in that defense.
Even the first one went to Lungu. He just missed it and it went to the back post where the goal was found. And it didn't stop, Doc, because the corner kicks were just... I mean, look at this next one that we're going to go to here. There's another corner that we need to see.
From the look of things, I think the player Epambili, I think Umako.
Yeah.
Umako,
he's very short.
He's very short. So Naples is a difficult play, a position to defend.
Here's another corner kick. This should have been in the net if it wasn't for Hotto. All this happening in the first half.
Thomas, but one thing that I love is that
again
they looked at the video analysis over the weekend. It was better. Over the weekend when they played against GS when they won, they were using mixed marking against the Algerian team. They had 3 players man marking and the rest of them marking zonal, which worked very well. With the introduction of Epijele into that centre back, they played with 3 centre backs. They looked better. But against SuperSport, the defending was not there. Zonal marking did not work.
Penalties were awarded in this game, and we will give you the perspectives. First of all, here, Johannes. Does he foul Mabaso? Referee points to the spot, Doc. What do you see?
The first one, but then again, Hotto was hit from behind. Yeah.
But here we go. Here's Mabaso getting into the box.
The ball is played. Mabaso is gaining advantage, control. There.
And then here the cross comes in.
But then
nothing wrong at this
Nothing
stage.
wrong with that.
Here we go.
Now that's a problem there.
Contact.
The contact.
The close-up, I think, is going to show that there was real contact.
There is, And now let's look, asibheke le tackle la, asibuke ukuthi wenzani la.
Nothing wrong
Boom.
here as the ball is crossed
No,
inside.
ayikho into wrong.
And
Then
then
now,
here comes Mabaso, here comes
Johannes.
Okay.
No, it couldn't contact.
Penalty.
There, that one, penalty.
Yeah, you can see.
No, you can see. It's a penalty.
You can see it's a 20-year-old against a 30-year-old. You can see experience. Mavaso just wants to get in front of the ball. As soon as he's in front of the ball, any touch that is going to happen is going to go down. Smart from Mavaso. There is contact. Correct call. It was a penalty.
Yep. Johannes scored for SuperSport United, gives away the penalty here. Hotto makes him pay with his 6th goal of the season. And then Johannes is involved again in a penalty situation. And the youngster again would have felt, wow, what kind of day am I having? I score and I give away 2 penalties. What do you think of this one?
Thomas, I don't think it was a clear penalty. I don't think it was a clear penalty, but in both cases, a great shot by Ushandu. Pirates then recycles the ball. The experience of Zugamanja, he lets the ball run across his body, and that's what he does very smartly. Again, I'll go to the inexperience of Uyoanis. SuperSport are caught with the run that Shandu makes in behind that defense. There's nothing that Ronan Williams can do with that thunderous shot from Ushandu. But the key is here, he lets the ball run across his body. But as soon as the ball goes across his body, what he does well is he looks for the contact. He looks for the contact, and that's what smart players do, and that's what smart strikers do. And you're gonna see it with a close-up camera where Dlamini shies with that Vala pass, and he gives the ball to Uzugamanja. This is he lets the ball run across him. As soon as he touches the ball, he's looking for that contact. Yes, there is contact on the right knee, but Zugamanja is looking for that contact.
But also, Johannes helps him, sticks out a foot.
Yeah, he helps.
Once you put out that foot.
The contact was stick out penalty. Ngiyakumbula le penalty le Maritzburg Sundowns couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, in the corner there.
The corner lapana satini, can you do this? You can't
Simulation.
do it. Simulation. That's a simulation, man. The minute you back touch, you can go down. It's a penalty.
There you go. The guys have decided that, yeah, that one also can be understood as to how it is given. We're going to a break, but before we go to that break, let me just take you through this. Hey, gents, do you ever get times when... Here's the last goal, Musele finding the net.
Also, we're trying to throw forward to players that are going to represent Bafana. In this instance, it's Goodman Musele getting the goal in the critical phase of the game. You can see the ball goes wide, and as soon as the ball goes wide, Zugamanja goes around, brings in that cross. When that cross is brought in, look at that cushion pass that comes to Goodman Musele. He still has a lot of work to do. He bends it around. This angle is going to show better that Ronan Williams sees the ball late, because as soon as he is there, it's rolled back to Goodman Musele. He still has a lot of work to do. He bends it around Upasera in that moment. Well taken goal. Another player that we are highlighting that might make his debut for Bafana. Goodman Musele, well taken goal. Hugo Bruce is one.
Yeah, it's finished. It's muy bien.
Oh, wow.
Muy bien.
Gole Manakanaka.
Yeah.
Lots still to talk about when we get to the weekend action. Before we get to that, gents, do you ever get times when you're watching a game and your team is up 3-0, Mara, you still want more goals? If you're always looking for more, then I've got just the thing for you. Get a free 1.5-litre drink when you buy the large triple-decker for just 169 Rand 90 at Debonair's Pizza. Try something amazing. Back after this.
FC extended their winless streak in the league to 4 matches as they were held to a 1-1 draw by SuperSport United. Ama-Rockets azene igoli lokuqala kulo mdlalo. Umdlali odlala eceleni nonojubane kakhulu umungaye uyena-ke ozenalo igoli lakhe lokuqala kwi-PSL. Umungaye emva kwalokho, he went from hero to villain as he was adjudged to have brought down Ekram Reyners inside the box, and Jamie Webber, while he stepped up to level matters and tried to consolidate their place in the top 8 as the game ended 1-1. Maruma Gallant's 5-game unbeaten streak in the league finally came to an end ngenkathi idliwa Cape Town City ngegoli elilodwa eqandeni. The only goal in this game came on the stroke of halftime. It was Thabo Nodada rounding off some good combination play with a well-hit ground shot to secure the much-needed 3 points. Golden Arrows beat Kaizer Chiefs for the first time in 4 years in the league emva kokuthi ngobe ngegoli elilodwa eqandeni over a lackluster Amakhosi at the FNB Stadium. Emva nje kosuku lana i-Chiefs eqeda ukunqoba khona kwi-arbitration emayelana imidlalo kwakumele idlale ngoDisemba, uKnox Muthizwa wenza kwacaca ukuthi Amakhosi angeke ajabule kabili. uMuthizwa uphiwe ibholo ngu-Eric Tower Matoho, ayike yena wawuyenza waba lula umsebenzi wakhe walifaka phakathi. 1-0 it ended. A late equalizer from the 10-man Stellenbosch FC ensured that the spoils were shared in a game against Royal AM, which produced a 4-goal thriller as the two teams played to a 2-2 draw. Abafana beSpice bavule ngegoli likaMxolisi Mathuphu, umgadli wamabhola otholakala esebhoksini ngaso sonke isikhathi. Yena-ke ebedlalelwe kamnandi ku-left channel nguThabo Matlaba. Kwathi-ke in the 63rd minute, they finally found the equalizer, and that was Stellenbosch FC, thanks to a quick-fire counter-attack which saw Judas Musiamedi benefiting from an Antonio van Beek assist to guide the ball into an empty net. Kuthe nje sekusele imzuzu eyisikhombisa ukuthi umdlalo uphele, umdlali obuye ebhentshini uTebogo Botsane walidumisa phakathi eshaya unozinti kalula nje. But Stellenbosch FC was still able to finish the game with a big bang and secure the equalizer, which kept them on 7th spot on the log. Some brilliant match officiating from Victor Hlungwane, punishing Nyame for time wasted. And from the resultant free kick, Musiamedi completed his brace off a rebound, and 2-2 it finished.
Here's confirmation of the results for you. And Cape Town City unbeaten in their last 5 games. When you look at what happened with the Kaizer Chiefs, there are 2 changes. Buma came back into goal. Nurkovic was back, but it wasn't enough to secure anything like the points there, as you see Golden Arrows taking all of them. And then on the weekend, Stellenbosch on Sunday against Royal AM, lots of refereeing decisions to look at there. This is the log situation. This is how it stands as far as the bottom of the DStv Premiership. Galaxy, valuable point, but they should have got all of them, Doc. Galaxy were so good in that match, deserved every point, all 3.
Yeah, sometimes I'm imagine like Thomas udlale abadlali aba-right lenze yonke into right, but that was unfortunate for them.
Yeah, they gave away a very cheap penalty, and that's how the equalizer came. Here's the top of the table. We heard Stuart Baxter talking about it in terms of the 3 points lost against Golden Arrows for Kaizer Chiefs here, and how difficult the chase is now looking.
What is important here to tell the viewers is 1 and 2 go and play Champions League. Number 3 goes to play CAF Confederations Cup. So those are the sports that are very important, that the likes of Pirates, Chiefs, Royal AM, and also Cape Town City are trying to fight for. So that is what everybody's focusing on. Because when you look at the gap, it's not narrowing the gap between Mamelodi Sundowns and the team that is in 2nd position.
All right, so let's go straight into the conversation about how it was that Golden Arrows got their goal, and only took 4 minutes for it to happen, as Knox Mutizwa, the Knox man, with a classic finish, but there was a lot of assistance here from that Chiefs defense.
It's like when you are in possession like this, we're sharing the ball, we're trying to build. Now, where are we? The final third of the opponent. And then look what happens. And then now, finish, it's a goal. And that is what? A costly one, because that's the only goal of the game. And a thank you very much goal. So they're in possession, and then they decide to give it to the opponents. From attack to play a sitter to the opponents for them to score.
And Matoro will get a lot of criticism for this, but he wasn't the only defender who tried to find his goalkeeper with a back pass on the weekend. that resulted in a goal. Yes, this time Knox punishes, but also it happens in TS Galaxy and SuperSport United.
Yeah, the young right back in Keegan Phillips is also made the same mistake. He's trying to play the ball back to the keeper. It was not a great weekend for defenders to be playing the ball back. But the other thing is, if you're not sure, play the ball outside. If you're not sure, play the ball outside. Because when you look at it here, Phillips has got an opportunity to play the ball outside. He does not see Quem making that run, and Quem is unselfish, lays the ball to Mungai, the winger there. He gets his opening goal for the season. But Phillips had an option. If you look at it there, if you pause it there, Phillips has got an opportunity to take the ball out. Now he goes with his weaker foot as you roll it. He goes with his weaker foot, trying to find his keeper. There's great anticipation from Quem, who intercepts and then assists in Mungai getting that goal.
Rule number 1 for defending: never knock the ball back inside the field.
No, you don't knock it back to goalkeeper. The first option, like Pomotasho, out. If you are not sure, the second option, you play it outside, not inside.
Not back inside.
Not back inside.
Yeah.
We're
seeing it from a very experienced man and also somebody who's much newer in the game. It can happen to anybody, and when you break away from the basics of the game, and that's what we saw happening there. Golden Arrows though, they should have got a goal here to make it 2-0.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that they have passed. Look at the chip from Unox Mutiza. Finds Modi all the time in the world, Cora boy. But we need to give credit to Vuma, who comes off his line timeously, stays on his feet for as long as possible, forces that decision. But look at the space in behind for Matoo and also Cardoso. They're not managing the space in behind them. The pace of Umodi in this instance. But I still say, what a pass by Nox Mutiza to be releasing. Matoo and Cardoso can't afford to be playing a high line when there's no pressure on the ball carrier. But another man that we are highlighting was throwing forward to the Bafana game. Vuma comes off the line and makes a great save.
Stellenbosch Royal AM. Now this game had lots to talk about on Sunday. There were plenty of decisions, also some great performances. 4 goals scored. Let's start out with the goal that's set up by Tawa Mahlaba. For Festival, Gearbox just keeps going. Look at Festival speeding down that left-hand side.
Yeah, he trademarked actually. And there he is, taking the player. Cut back. Thank you very much, Makup. Tap in. And this is what a striker is supposed to do.
Good signing.
Good signing. And the player in position now with the confidence, because we know very well Mataba is using both left and right. And the cutback, he knew very well with everybody has gone in there. He brings it back. Experience.
Now, referee. This was a referee's game though. And it's going to be coming down to whether the majority or all the decisions are right. Penalty pointed to here in the 25th minute as Dingma goes down.
Yeah, the penalty, there's a lot of decisions in this moment, but the key is, was Dimba already going down, or was there a touch from Umahlasela? But a great save by Unyame in goals for LAM. He saved the day. Mandieta unable to get it past Unyame, stays on his feet for as long as possible, makes it difficult for Mandieta to get a goal in that moment. A great save.
Then substitutions get made. Coaching is brilliant here because it results in the goal. And this is Steve Barker saying, come on, Musiamedi, make a difference for me. He makes 3 changes. 2 of those players that come on are involved in the goals that are coming for Stellenbosch. They're 1-0 down at this stage.
Coach's influence, we always speak about that. When they come in, if you look at the clock, it's 58, and when they get the goal, it's 62. It means they Van Veek and also Umsiamedi, they take 5 minutes to combine and be able to get Stellenbosch back in the game. And when you look at it, we always speak about the coach's influence. Adams also came off the bench to come and influence the game. We always speak about the coach's influence. We always speak about a player sitting on the bench, anticipating and looking at the player that is playing in his position. What is he doing? It's Adams in position. He finds Van Veek. Van Veek goes wide, brings the ball back to Judas Musiamedi. He's a box striker. Anything that comes to the box, he's going to punish. In this goal, yes, great finish by Musiamedi, but I'm still crediting Steve Barker on that bench to say, even the timing of the run, he stays onside. There was a question of offside. He stays onside. But I want to give credit to the coaching staff at Stellenbosch to say, great substitution. The substitutes combined to get the goal.
Yeah, that's all coaching, bringing on the speed, bringing on the big man. They find the net and get back on equal terms. Then goal disallowed, then allowed, conversations happening. Yo, Vugupizi. And look at the time, 82nd minute of the game. Botsani finds the net. Good deal. But then, flag is up. But no, disallowed. Why?
Now, when you're looking at this moment, now it's a very experienced ref. Let's establish. Victor Hlongwane, very experienced ref. He's going to have a conversation with his assistant ref. The conversation is about the defender of Stellenbosch. Is he playing the ball or did the ball ricochet off him?
Yes.
So if you are playing the ball, then a man in an offside position is allowed to benefit from there. So now what the conversation that is going on is Uldalile or Limshaisi.
So,
and then
Botsani is offside, but the key here is
in an offside position.
Bampasile or
deflection.
Deflection, you're offside. Obumpasa, you can play.
Yeah, now this is Victor Hlongwane, and he consults, and Victor Hlongwane says, I do see, look at it, look as you roll it forward, Botsani in white, furthest to the screen.
Yes.
He's in an offside position.
Yes.
Now when the ball is played, now look at he's not deflecting, he is playing the ball.
Yeah.
So because he is playing the ball, Botsani is allowed to benefit in that offside position. And that's why the goal stood. They had a conversation, the assistant ref and Victor Hlongwane, and they both agreed that the defender played the ball. Therefore, that's why the goal was not
Can have a look at it here from behind as we see when the shot comes in. Yeah, he does. Uzamugul Vala. The ball goes to Botsani. There it is. The goal is allowed.
No, ivala le man yangiphazamisa ngibonanga kahle.
He just had to.
Oh, bekafuna ukulivala.
He tried to trap it or do something.
So makathi uyalivala la yakuPotsani. Makathi
Trap.
yakuPotsani.
So it's called trying to play the ball. So that's why Botsani is onside.
So but if belimshaye enyaweni, then it's not offside. Okay.
Now we go. And then, look at this. When is the last time you've seen this? OLAM are 2-1 up. Nyame has the ball, but he's only allowed to have it for 6 seconds. Let's just start this again, and let's just look at that clock. It's in his hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seconds, 2 seconds overtime.
You are allowed to have the ball in your hands as a goalkeeper for 6 seconds. Now, when he picks up the ball, it's 85, 52, 53. And when he releases the ball, it's 61, 62. So it takes 8 to 9 seconds to release the ball. So Victor Hlongwane says, I know the rules, I'm going to apply the rules. 6 seconds, you have kept the ball for 8 to 9 seconds, and I'm going to punish you. I'm giving an indirect free kick.
And it ends up in the back of the net. See, Ameri finds the net. Yay! Goalkeepers will now know, Doc. Ningalbambi for his cut is isn't really 6 seconds.
Yes, but again, keepers need to understand that if a shot is taken, don't parry the ball back into play. Parry it out of play. Because now there are oncoming traffic that are going to finish like Musimeri that he did. So we saw that in so many games. Even domestic football, keepers need to learn that if they need to parry it on the side.
Nyame there. He saves a penalty, and then one of the basics of the game disappoints him, and it ends up finding the back of the net. We'll be back with the CAF Champions League and Confederations Cup after this. Champions League. Amazulu crash out by virtue of the 2-0 defeat to Raja Casablanca at home in Durban. Setif go through, so do Raja Casablanca. Then Mamelodi Sundowns have secured themselves the place in the next round. And how did they do it? Tapelo Morena scores a brace. They're 10 men. The right back is brilliant, Doc. And this even had him called to Bafana. Hugo Bruce called him in to say, come, I want to see you.
Forever shining Tapelo in this CAF Champions League because you must remember also the early goal came from Tapelo. He's the one who scored the goal. And there he is again, you know, because now if you remember Tapelo, he used to play as a right winger at Bloemfontein Celtics. But now, again, give it to Sundowns. I mean, away from home, 4 goals. You know, I'm proud of South African teams because before, we never used to experience this.
Tapelo gets to the Bafana camp. Hugo Bruce assesses him with the doctors and then has to withdraw him from the squad. He got injured in this game, unable to be participant for Bafana on the trip, but still, what a good performance from Tapelo Morena there. Working so hard when they were down to 10 men to even get in the box was miraculous.
It's not the same as the Pirates red card. Sundowns red card was in the 11th minute. So they had 80 plus minutes to play with 10 men and they were still able to score 4 goals. You need to give them credit for that. Peter Shalulile also getting his third goal in the CAF Champions League.
Bagania away from home in Algeria. They come back with 2-0 clean sheet. That's important for Mandla Ngagazi and Fadlu Davids.
Yeah, when you're looking at it, a delightful ball that is floated in by Dion Otto. And when you're looking at Nyawuza, missed the ball at the highest point, attacks that near post with vigor. Also, key was the delivery from Dion Otto. The pace behind the ball makes it easy for Nyawuza to be able to finish. And that's how Orlando Pirates were able to take the lead.
You know what's the beauty about this Orlando Pirates defense? Every player given an opportunity, make sure Uguti wins or something. Last time, Happy was not there. It was Nda and Nyawuza. Nyawuza now is given an opportunity. He's scoring. And Nda has been consistent.
And Happy's also got a couple.
Happy's not consistent. And what the technical team did, they played the 3. The 3 defenders, and it worked. So that's the beauty about the whole thing. And I must applaud the man and the technical team, you know.
All right, then the second goal comes for Pirates here early in the second half, wrapping things up.
Shandu with the assist. Dlamini first time finish. You can see that they get out of that counter press because if you look at it, they see 7 yellow shirts on the right hand side of where Orlando Pirates was attacking. When you look at it, they're trying to overload their left side of defense. They don't succeed. The assist comes from Shandu. Dlamini gets the goal for Orlando Pirates to get his 5th goal in all competition. Again, we're highlighting players that are going to Bafana. Shandu with the assist is going to Bafana.
Let's confirm the groups now. This is the good reading that it makes. Sundowns, Group A, Champions League, quarterfinals through. Al Ahly and Al Hilal and Al Narekai, they still have fights to do there. But it's done as far as Sundowns are concerned. Then, this is what's going on as far as Group B is concerned. Amazulu crash out. It's right back to the teams that go through in that group. And then moving on to what is happening here. And here it is. Orlando Pirates with 12 points. That secures a place in the next round, the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederations Cup.
Pirates flying the flag, Mamelodi Sundowns flying the flag. Unfortunately, Amazulu has to lower theirs, but good luck to Pirates and Sundowns in the next round.
We're coming back after this with more Soccer Zone. Don't move.
of the lightweight. On my left, I've got Steez. On my right, I've got Zakele. Round one, action. Attack mode, finish it. Total destruction. Total destruction. Total destruction. Game over, boy.
Sorry, Mr. Official. There's Akele Suela was at the AFCON, and I'm sure he's glad it wasn't Senegal's Koulibaly throwing his weight against him there. It was Sibisi, the local lightweight, that did the business. Moving on, Bafana against Guinea. Here it is. 7 o'clock. You can catch that action on SABC Sport. It is a massive, massive opportunity for us to see what Hugo Bruce is cooking on Friday night on SABC 3 as well. It's available for you. And then you can catch this one. France up against Bafana. It's on SABC Sports DTT channel as well as on SABC 1 and on Open View. France have not held back. I think Olivier Giroud has been called in to replace Benzema there, but it doesn't make things that much better. It's still going to be a tough day at the office.
Umbonile uSibisi ukuthi uqine kanjani?
Yeah.
uJuro.
Yeah.
Awuyazi uSibisi.
Yeah, nathi sibizo to replace Utao.
Nathi sibizile uVictor.
Yeah. Okay, we've also made changes. That's it. SoccerZone is done. You've been updated. We'll be back again next week. Good night.